ॐ प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। भूमिरापो नलो वायुः खं मनो बुद्धिरेव च अहंकार इतीयं मे भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा। भगवान श्री कृष्ण resolved to teach Ishvara Tattva, explained it as Jnana Vijnana, and said that once a person has the knowledge of this Ishvara principle, such a person will be ever happy and peaceful. Rarely will a person get this knowledge, though everyone should take efforts for this same. Bhagavan taught the earlier shloka with an intention to inspire everyone to make these efforts. He starts teaching Jnana Vijnana. In the shloka, he is teaching about Jnana. Ishvara is Jagat Karana, the cause of this world. To understand this, we need to know some fundamentals. Consciousness and matter put together is this creation. Brahman together with Maya Shakti manifests as this creation by the power of Maya. Brahman, the pure consciousness, is an unchanging underlying cause. Maya Shakti is not intrinsically conscious. Maya Shakti is what we call as matter. So, consciousness creates the world with matter. Pure consciousness cannot directly create this world. Matter also cannot create without consciousness. Bhagavan details this in the 14th chapter. There he says that Maya Shakti is the mother and consciousness is the father of this creation. On this basis, we can understand that everything has a material cause. There is also someone who has planned and designed it, which we call as intelligent cause. For instance, if we need to make a jewelry, there should be gold and a goldsmith who makes it. Similarly, for this great creation, Maya Shakti is the material cause. But Maya Shakti is inert. It cannot act by itself. It has to depend on consciousness to create. So, the principle of Ishvara is quite subtle. We need to think subtly about these things to understand it. I will explain this based on the shlokas as we learn further. For now, just understand in brief that Ishvara is Jagat Karana. Means Ishvara is the cause of this universe. We are going to learn more about this in the shlokas to come. Just as we jivas create the dream world supported by sleep, similarly, Ishvara creates this universe with the help of Maya Shakti. This is an example. Now, let us proceed to learn the meaning of this shloka. Shri Bhagavan says, Me prakritihi ashtadha bhinna. Me prakritihi, my prakriti, Maya Shakti. Prakriti is explained as Prakriyate mahadadi akarena iti prakritihi. Maya nama shaktihi jagad rachanayam upadanam asti ityarthaha. That Maya Shakti, which manifests as forms, starting with Mahat Tattva or total mind, is the upadana karanam or material cause of this creation. This is the creation of the subtle universe, Sukshma Prapancha Srishti. What we are seeing now is the gross creation that is evident to our senses, Sthula Prapancha Srishti. Maya Shakti is the Karana Prapancha Srishti, the causal creation. To understand about this creation, let us start from the base. First is Ahankara. It is a state which is in the form of a seed. Just as a seed grows into a sapling and then grows into a tree, Ahankara is the starting point of creation by the power of Maya Shakti. This is called avyakta avastha, bijavastha, dormant form or potential form. Bhagavan starts here with Sukshma Prapancha Srishti. He says that his creation is divided into 8 parts. Me prakritihi ashtadha bhinna. My prakriti, Maya Shakti, is divided into 8 parts. The first one is the dormant form, from which arises Sukshma Prapancha Samashti Buddhi, total mind. So, the first thing that comes from Maya Shakti is the total mind. This is called Mahat Tattva. The word Manas means everybody's mind, collectively called the total mind. What knows everything is the mind. The decision maker as to whether we need it or not is the Buddhi. Here we are talking of the collective mind or the total mind. It is also called Hiranyagarbha, the Samashti Ahankara, the total individuality. When we are sleeping, the I thought is not dominant. It is in a dormant, resolved state. The minute that we wake up, the I thought manifests. Here, what we are talking about is the same individuality, but in totality, the macrocosm. The total individuality is what we call Manas here. All this is very subtle. As we are talking about the subtle creation, we are yet to go to the gross level, but we need to understand all this. Bhagavan explained that pure consciousness along with Maya or matter is the cause of this creation. We can recall Thiruvalluvar's first kural that, like A being the first of the alphabets, God is the primary source of this world. We then learnt Maya is the material cause or Upadana Karana of this creation. This Maya Shakti is 8-fold. Of this, Bhagavan starts explaining the Sukshma Prapancha Srishti. The first one is the unmanifest, the seed state Ahankara. The next one is total Buddhi, Samashti Buddhi. Then the total mind, Samashti Manas. Then comes the Sukshma Panchabhuta Srishti. Akasha having the quality of the Shabda or sound. We are talking about the subtle space and not the gross space that we experience. Then Vayuhu, air having the quality of Shabda and Sparsha, sound and touch. Anala, fire having the quality of Shabda, Sparsha and Rupa, sound, touch and vision of color and form. Apaha, water having the quality of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa and Rasa, sound, touch, vision and taste. Bhumihi, the subtle earth having the quality of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa and Gandha, sound, touch, vision, taste and smell. These are all Panchabhutas or 5 elements in a very subtle form. We call them Tanmatras. Bhagavan is using this method to explain the cause of the creation. We can understand this with our mind. We understand how subtle our mind is. The mind does not have color or taste. It can't be comprehended by the senses. Mind alone operates the sense organs. Similarly, we need to understand the subtlety of this creation. Iyam means that which is aparoksha, evident to us right now. We should note the subtle aspects of this creation that is experienced by us. Thus Bhagavan says, it is my nature of Prakriti, the Maya Shakti, which is dependent upon me, the pure consciousness that manifests itself as total Buddhi, Manas and Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, which are the 5 elements in their subtle Tanmatra form. This is the essence of this shloka. We call this Srishti Prakriya or the details about the order of creation. God is the cause of this creation. He is the creator of this great universe, Srishtikarta Jagat Karana. This is known as Jnanam in this context. Let us assimilate this well in our mind. We will continue our study of this in the shlokas to come. Then Bhagavan will elaborate about Vijnana. Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu kham mano buddhirevacha ahankara itiyam me bhinna prakritirashtadha. My prayerful blessings and best wishes to all of you. Hari Om.